I want to welcome you to the Ask the Doctor section on both our website and YouTube. My name is Dr. Jason Gerard from Lakewoods Chiropractic, across the street from the Forest Lake High School on Schilling Plaza. And one of the most common questions that we'll get inside our office is, do kids actually need to be checked? Do kids need to be adjusted? You know, it's funny, as you look around society, here it's a very normal thing to see kids running around and getting adjusted. And I take one step outside the door and it's quite a different world. You know, people have all these preconceived notions, preconceived mindsets, whether kids should be adjusted or not. I hear things like, well, why do kids need to be adjusted? Or I don't believe in that, or you're going to hurt them, and all these thoughts that come out. And the truth is simply this. You know, the research will show you that across the board, you know, they took, German doctors took 1,000 babies, and then they checked the spines of 1,000 babies right after the birth process, and they found that 800 out of 1,000 babies actually had the top bone in their spine misaligned, having pressure on it just from the birth process itself. So that's 80% of children, and that was a good-sized study from medical doctors. And of course, in the United States, it takes between C-sections and forceps deliveries and emergency C-sections and suction cups and challenging births. I mean, it happens on a regular basis that babies' spines are stressed. Again, does it make sense to get them checked? Absolutely. In fact, in our office alone, we have a 7-month-old who mom had actually delivered him in just 5 minutes of pushing. So if you're a mom out there, you're completely jealous and hating her right now, except one problem. They broke his clavicle in 5 minutes of pushing. And so it just goes to show you, even what we would consider a very fast, very easy birth can place a lot of stress on a baby's spine. So that's just babies. Now what do? Now we get to 2 years old, and what do we start doing? Oh, we start falling. We start falling down stairs and off couches and off of chairs, and we get daring and we get gutsy. We fall off, beds and especially bunk beds. And so every parent out there, every one of you has a story of your child nearly dying in front of your eyes, and your life passing by, their child's life passing by before your eyes, and you not knowing what to do. And that doesn't even factor in the fact that they have poor posture sitting there playing games like DSs and iPads and iPods, and literally terrible posture sometimes in school. That doesn't take in the factor sports. That doesn't take in the factor falls and traumas and three-wheeling and snowmobiling accidents and bike and tree fort. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. So does it make sense to have a child checked? Once again, the answer is absolutely. Do they necessarily need to be adjusted? Well, we don't know. What we know is that having them checked is just as smart as getting their teeth checked. So that's why at Lakewoods Chiropractic in Forest Lake, Minnesota, we make it our point to have a family practice, a practice where the vast majority of our patients are of all ages, including kids.